vehicle, single 3
Yo, so what we have here today, bro? They say most terrifying high-speed police crashes caught on dash cam 2025. And you would think actually this is fake, but it's not fake. Chat, this is not fake. This is real. Like everything on this video is real. The location, every part of the country where this thing take place, the location, everything is there. So let's see what is going to happen. Let's see the first video first. Okay, so hit the subscribe button right now and let's go.
Due to the graphic nature of what happened next, we won't show the details. Just know that Jacob stumbled out, weapon in hand. An officer opened fire, striking him. Jacob survived and was arrested on the scene. He pleaded guilty to hijacking a police car and 6 other charges, receiving an 18-year sentence. Officer Philip Huto, who first confronted Jacob, believed he deserved life. If he hadn't ejected the magazine, he feared his kids would have grown up without a father. On January 20th, 2020, in Bullock County, Georgia, the Martin Luther King Jr. parade had just wrapped up when 27-year-old Terrence Johnson decided to put on a show of his own, a high-speed police chase through town. It all started when an officer spotted his white sedan with suspended tags. Instead of pulling over, Terrence hit the gas, risking not just his own life, but his passengers as well.
Still going, Bullock, still going.
Let GSC take it.
Tempo.
Alright, Bullock, GSC guys, please now.
Police let the Georgia State Patrol take the lead, but they caught up again when Terrence veered into a tight neighborhood, tearing through front yards. When the chase finally ended, officers dealt with the passengers while others took off on foot after Terrence. A local homeowner pointed them under his house, where Terrence had crawled in, thinking he'd found the perfect hiding spot. But he didn't count on Pike, the K-9 unit.
Yo, you see, some of these criminals, right? Some of these drivers, because like running away from the police, that is criminal act. But yo, some of them think that these police are actually crazy. Like, they think that they can get away with some of this crime. Bro, one thing you have to know, if you are the only one in that car, bro, that police will call for enforcement. And when this, if they want 50 cars, if they want 100 people to chase you, they will chase you, bro. So sometimes you just need to, when they say stand and protect yourself, you know, stand and just let them do what they have to do. Take you to the police station. End of the day, you go to court. If you are not pleaded guilty, like something like that, they will let you go home, bro. Or if you are guilty, you pay the fine. That's all. You know. But let's see what is going to happen next.
Run it back. Stop running! What's your location? Terrence, come on out. They said they thought they heard him down here. Where's he at? Get out of there!
Terrence was arrested and charged with felony fleeing, reckless driving, and driving without a license. As for his passengers, it remains unclear whether they were part of his crimes or just along for the ride.
Yo, this driver was actually a mad driver, a very mad one. What was he thinking in the first place? Like, he is going to get away with that? Look, first of all, the road was blocked from the back to the front and the side. So that was a red flag to, you know, to flee the scene. But actually, he thought he was, you know, Avengers. But let's see. Let's see what is going to happen.
We've all been late for work, but 23-year-old Amani Edwards took it to another level. On March 22nd, 2019.
Wait, did he just do this because he was late for work? What type of work is that in the first place? There is no work on this earth that will make me to do such thing, bro. No work. Working for a boss? No. What about now that he is going to get arrested? The boss will sack him. So he already lost everything. Yeah.
In East Cleveland, Ohio, an Ohio State Highway Patrol officer spotted Amani's car on I-77 and attempted to pull her over for illegal window tint. But Amani had other plans. She was running late for her shift and decided to run from the cops instead. It took several police cars to box her in, but even then, she refused to stop. Let's just say Amani never made it to work that day. She was arrested and charged with failure to comply and felonious assault on a peace officer, a first-degree felony. Her punishment? Nearly 5 years in prison, a 15-year license suspension, and $26,000 in restitution to cover the damage to police vehicles. To quote comedian Mike Birbiglia, "It's easy to be on time. You just have to be early."
Bro, I'm not going to lie. That was a mad one. Yeah. How can you do that to yourself because of a work? A job that, you know, that if you do not go like for 1 week, 2 weeks, they will get you sacked and replace you. So what about now you are going to jail? Or you pay a fine around 20 something thousand. That is coming out of your own pocket, not from the boss of that job. Bro. Yeah, it's just that everyone do not think the same. You know, everybody have the way how they think. That's how. So that's it. Let's go chat. Please,
if you're planning to run from the police, maybe don't do it in a U-Haul. This wild chase in Fond du Lac County, Wisconsin, started with a Facebook Marketplace deal gone horribly wrong. A couple rolled up in a U-Haul, got into a heated argument with the seller, and things escalated fast. Omar Brown, 46, and Shakira Ray, 27, were trying to scam a 65-year-old man selling his car. When the seller refused to accept their fake check, Omar pulled a gun. In the struggle, the man was injured, but thankfully, he survived. These two weren't just small-time scammers. They were running a full-scale fake check operation, printing phony checks for cars, bikes, and even houses. Whether they had gotten away with it before or not, this time, it ended with some serious charges. Crime doesn't pay, especially when you're driving a moving truck. On November 20th, 2020 in Georgia, Trooper Hun with the GSP spotted a red Nissan Altima blowing through red lights and failing to signal. Expecting a routine traffic stop, he pulled in behind the driver in a parking lot.
Land's in 38. WPZ 355.
Yo, chat, please let me know what you think about the video. Drop your comment below. Let me know what you think about the video. Please keep sharing the live. Keep sharing the stream.
No. It's an 80.
Alright.
Left hand turn on Harris.
But the driver, Edward Brown Jr., had other plans. He took off toward I-85, pushing the chase onto wide lanes with plenty of space. Trooper Hun executed a perfect Piat maneuver, bringing the Nissan to a stop. That should have been the end of it, but it wasn't.
But like, what was he actually thinking? He can get away with this. Yo, chat, please keep dropping your comment.
Cleveland Avenue exit. He is keeping straight across the intersection. He's 1050 with another vehicle.
Oh, nah. No, bro. Now, he was running away from one problem. And now he is creating more problems. Look at this other car right here. Now, he just damaged another person's car. So, the bills are increasing. And the charges, yo. Let's see what's going to happen.
He's still rolling, left on Cleveland Ave, side of the tires, family and wheels. Down the control, almost at the pedestrian, Springdale Road. Meeting up vehicle, 0301.
And so, this driver was actually running with a pregnant woman. Yo, the thing is so funny. Like, he was actually putting a pregnant woman's life in danger. Nah, bro. Nah. Yo.
Edward was medically cleared and taken to an Atlanta jail, charged with fleeing and eluding. No warrants, no stolen vehicle. So why did he run? That's the question nobody has an answer to. The year 2023 was a wild one for Casey Register. The 20-year-old from Stillwater, Oklahoma, was reported missing on Valentine's Day after his mother hadn't heard from him in over a week. Worried sick, she alerted authorities, and police across the state searched for his silver 2016 Lincoln MKZ. 8 days later, Casey returned home. But his time off the police radar didn't last long. On June 27, 2023, officers in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, spotted his Lincoln flying down the highway at 100 miles per hour, triggering a high-speed chase. After his arrest, police searched his car and found a small bottle of cannabis oil and a vape pen. Once medically cleared, Casey was booked for felony fleeing, with his bond set at $155,000. What was he doing in Pine Bluff, nearly 400 miles from home? No one knows. And as for his mysterious disappearance earlier that year, that remains a question mark.
Put your hands on top of your head!
On March 31st, 2022, in Ohio, Officer Dominic Francis gave his life in the line of duty, becoming the first Bluffton officer lost on the job in nearly 100 years. It all started around 2 a.m. when Ohio State troopers spotted a black Infiniti speeding down the interstate. The driver refused to stop, triggering a 130-mile-per-hour chase. Officer Francis was part of a stop-stick team attempting to disable the fleeing vehicle, but as the suspect swerved to avoid the spikes, he collided with Officer Francis. The vehicle crashed nearby and 3 suspects fled on foot. Tragically, Officer Francis did not survive. An hour later, one suspect stole a Toyota Prius, another was arrested in a nearby neighborhood, and the third remained on the run. Every officer in Ohio was now hunting for that Prius. They finally spotted it on Interstate 71 near Medina, and this time, there was no escape.
39.
During the pursuit, an officer briefly stepped out to inspect damage to his cruiser, but it wasn't bad enough to keep him out of the fight. Moments later, the suspect crashed and officers closed in.
Come on!
The driver, 21-year-old Emily Johnson, later pleaded guilty to 6 charges, including tampering with evidence and involuntary manslaughter. He was sentenced to 26 years in prison. The other 2 men, Dante Tate and Zachary Love, took plea deals for lesser charges. One officer lost his life, but his fellow officers never stopped until justice was served. The GSP Nighthawks aren't a football team. They're an elite unit of Georgia State Troopers trained to keep highways safe, especially from impaired drivers. And on December 21st, 2021, a stolen Toyota Camry found out the hard way that when the Nighthawks lock in, there's no escape. Near Savannah, Georgia, Nighthawk units got word of the fleeing Camry and hit the gas to intercept it on I-95. Heavy traffic and rain made the situation even more dangerous. A well-timed maneuver forced the suspect off the highway, and the pursuit was about to end. After a short foot chase, 32-year-old Shimmick Little was cuffed and brought back to the patrol cars. That's when officers noticed something wet in his pocket. Inside was a stolen pair of shorts with a burst anti-theft ink tag. His breath reeked of chemicals. His eyes were bloodshot. And inside the stolen car, officers found freshly smoked crack pipes stuffed with Brillo pads to hide the smell.
Wait, how did he even get out of that car? That is why I did not know. Like, yo, some people are just too crazy. They are just too crazy. I'm not gonna lie. But let's see if they are going to catch him.
There's 3 flat tires and 2 load and each there.
You got both of them.
In the end, Shimmick was hit with 15 charges, including felony fleeing, hit and run, shoplifting, and DUI, stealing cars, shoplifting, and smoking crack behind the wheel. The Nighthawks made sure this crime spree hit a dead end. Between 1997 and 2013, the Ford Crown Victoria was the police car. Even today, when you see one, you probably assume it's an undercover cop. But on May 9th, 2022, in Georgia, GSP Trooper Moore spotted an old Crown Vic with dark-tinted windows and knew something was off. After making a quick U-turn, he realized a street race was in progress. As he pulled up, the Crown Vic's driver veered into an empty parking lot, probably hoping to shake the trooper. Bad idea. The GSP stopped using Crown Vics for a reason. They can't outrun Dodge Chargers. The driver, 26-year-old Conte Brown, was arrested and charged with fleeing and multiple traffic violations. Officers also smelled marijuana on him, and his glazed-over eyes didn't help his case. Trooper Moore likely added a DUI charge to his growing list of legal troubles. Brown was taken to the hospital for a blood test and to treat minor scrapes from the chase. Once medically cleared, he was booked into Mogi County Jail.
Well, why you didn't want to stop?
Driving a gold Escalade in Arkansas? Bold choice. But if you're going to roll in style, at least have legit plates. That wasn't the case for one young dad, and the Arkansas State Police were not impressed. On April 2nd, 2023, Trooper James Harold was parked on Route 65 in Pine Bluff when a shiny gold Cadillac caught his eye. Not exactly a low-profile ride. He ran the plates and, surprise, they were fake. When Trooper Harold tried to pull the driver over, Goldmember decided to floor it.
If you don't want me to put you in a ditch, you better hit it now. I'm gonna put you in a... Sir, don't put me in the ditch. Yes! He's felling stop. He's trying to get to a high. We're just past 6 in Ohio. Come on.
I ain't had no phone, sir.
Put your hand on car.
I ain't had no phone.
But this wasn't just a flashy escape. It turned reckless fast. The kicker, there were kids in the back seat. Thankfully, Trooper Harold held back to keep the little ones safe. The chase eventually ended without a crash, but this dad's choices landed him in hot water. Now he's facing charges for fleeing and endangering the welfare of a child. All he had to do was stop. But no, flashy car, bad decisions, and now a big mess. On January 24th, 2021, in Troup County, Georgia, GSP Trooper Barnett was wrapping up a long overnight shift when a silver Mustang caught his eye. It was swerving all over the lane, and when Barnett ran the plates, things got even stranger. The tag belonged to a black Ford Expedition. Same brand, totally different vibe. To Trooper Barnett, this meant two things. Either the Mustang was stolen, or the driver wasn't exactly legal. That was reason enough to pull it over. The driver, 24-year-old Anthony Swansea, pulled to the side but kept the car in drive. He stared into his side mirror, waiting for the perfect moment to hit the gas. And that's exactly what he did. What followed was a reckless chase through residential streets. Swansea narrowly avoided T-boning someone pulling into their driveway, then sped down a straightaway like he was in a drag race. But his escape plan fell apart when he made a wrong turn onto a dead-end road, bringing the chase to an embarrassing halt. Turns out, in his rush to escape, he missed the giant no outlet sign.
Get up! Show me the hands! Show me your hands! You're at gunpoint! Show me your hands! Get up!
Watch yourself now. Hold on, there's some branches hanging right there. Come this way.
Trooper Barnett found him stuck in the deadfall, and Swansea's excuses didn't hold much weight. He claimed he ran because his license was suspended and he didn't have insurance. And the plates? That's how the car came when I bought it. Let's be real. Who celebrates a new job by driving drunk at 6 a.m. without a license, insurance, or valid plates? Swansea sure did, and it cost him big. On June 17th, 2021, in Savannah, Georgia, Jacob Palmer thought he could smooth talk his way out of trouble. Police found him loitering outside a motel, refusing to leave. His excuse: his truck wouldn't start, and he was waiting for a tow. With a cigarette in his mouth, he calmly explained the situation and even showed paperwork.
The key, like the chip. I might need my back left pocket, bro. Alright. How you doing there, man? I'm alright. Yeah, that lady's like, I'm gonna call the police. Why, man? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing nothing wrong. Where are you from? Virginia. Virginia? Okay. So, like, man, why ain't doing nothing wrong? Why'd she even call y'all?
Because she wants you to leave and you can't leave.
Oh, I told her I got a tow truck on the way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
However, a quick computer check revealed the truth. The pickup was stolen. The officer warned him, but Jacob went for a weapon. Acting quickly, the officer tased him, but Jacob still managed to grab the gun. Fortunately, the officer had already ejected the magazine, preventing disaster. Undeterred, Jacob fled the scene, stealing the officer's patrol car and triggering a high-speed multi-agency pursuit. Join us for our thrilling shoots if you crave more heart-pounding action and breathtaking excitement. Don't go anywhere, because we're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button and stay.
Yo, so that's it. Thanks for watching the live and from the starting to the end, y'all. So I appreciate that. Make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that anytime I come live, you can watch my videos. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what